All right. Yabba dabba do, sports fans, and a good Sunday morning to you from Cleveland, where this Turnpike Series between the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 12U girls Attanucci and the Cleveland Lady Barons resumes on a Sunday morning. So welcome to OBM Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. For those of you that are fans of the Nucci's, you'll remember that the bleachers here in Cleveland are made out of balsa wood, so if anybody so much as breathes, the camera shakes. I'll do the best I can to give you the most stable view I can, but as you'd expect from Cleveland, the bleachers are not well built, much like many of their sports teams, at least the professional ones. So we'll dispense with the Cleveland sports dad humor. It's quite frankly too easy, so we won't partake of too much of that this morning. But nonetheless, girls are here in Cleveland, Ohio, where it's raining. For those of you that have been at OBM with us before, you know every time we come here it rains. So it's raining outside as we're going to get this game underway on a Sunday morning. And as you can see, the camera's shaking because people are moving. Doesn't take much here. Those people that are 40 feet away from me are moving, and it's causing the camera to shake. So it gives you an idea of the house of cards we're standing on here. Looks like it's going to be Teddy Barber getting both games today. It looks like Hal didn't make the trip. I think we're also missing Gaffney. And by my count, maybe one more, but I can't quite tell who it is. So they haven't posted a warm-up clock yet. We got Stripes in attendance. They haven't started a warm-up clock yet, so I'm guessing we're going to start more or less on time at this point. I will be back with you when the action starts. So, for those of you wondering, the other missing skaters, Paige Shannon. So we're down Shannon and Gaffney and Howe for this two-game stanza today here in Cleveland. All right, the girls have done their pregame huddle at the net. They're skating over to get some last-minute instruction. We're light on coaches, too. We only have Michael and Shireen today. Eric and Jason and Cam did not make the trip. So we're going to play, looks like 12s here in Cleveland, and we'll get this game underway. Got a couple of Cleveland fans sitting on the table where I have the tripod, so that'll make the bouncing even more challenging than normal here in Cleveland. My apologies. We are far from the friendly confines of UPMC Lemieux. So I asked Coach Michael, we're not going to play the everybody everywhere stuff this morning, so hopefully we'll be able to call you the game a little better. We're going to have Clardy, Makasenka, and Bukovic. They did say they were going to bring Bukovic up. So Clardy, Makasenka, Bukovic up front. Zivkovic and McVeigh back as Stripes comes in. Tender Barber to my left. And here we go. Stripes checking with everybody. And away we go. Face off back. McVeigh pokes it forward. Bukovic can't handle it. In now behind Tendy Barber. Zivkovic will take it around to the far corner. Makasenka picks it up ahead to Clardy, too far. She overskates it. Now Makasenka picks it up. She drops it off. Here come the Barons back the other way. They turn it over. Zivkovic. Zivkovic chips it out back to neutral ice where the Barons are going to wait for the zone to clear. They bring it across the red line. Down the near sideline goes Clardy in behind the net now. She's looking for a pass. Can't get one. Still skating with it. Still skating. Coming into the center. Shoot. Tender knocks that down with the glove. Loose in front. Still loose in front. Bukovic can't get a stick on it, and here come the Barons. Barons up the near wall. Going to get a shot off. Goaltender Barber's going to scoop that up in her glove, and with 11:09, we'll get a face-off. In the near circle, as you continue to experience the joy of the Balsa Wood bleachers here in Cleveland. Stevens, Scarlatelli, and Warner, it looks like. Out there with Betzler and Blinka back. Puck back to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli up to Stevens. Stevens clears it to the point. Nobody there. Scarlatelli's going to chase it down. She can't pick it up. Puck comes back to the top of the zone where Warner's going to circle with it. Chop it back the other way. Scarlatelli gets there. She can't knock it into the zone as she falls down. Stevens picks it up. Stevens has some room. Stevens skating in. Stevens with a shot. Goalie with a blocker save off to the far corner. Back to the point. Scarlatelli holds. She comes into the center, loses the puck to the near wall. Stevens is going to go chase that down. Three Barons battle with Stevens. They continue to battle. Into the center, too far for Scarlatelli. Blinka picks it up, bouncing puck. Tender's going to cover that up. We're going to get a save with 10:19 to go. First period. Get a wholesale change here for the Pens. Looks like the Barons as well, as Dixon, Clardy, and McVeigh come out with Zivkovic and Mrazek. So now it looks like McVeigh's going to play back. Shot on net, Tender covers that up. We're going to go to the same circle with same players, different time on the clock. Down to 10-10 somehow, as the Cleveland fans continue to shake the table here. Clardy steps in for this draw. Might make a change at the period here and pick it up or do something different to give you a more stable view. As McVeigh shoots from the point, Clardy knocked that down in behind the net. Centering pass, Dixon couldn't get a stick on it. Zivkovic's going to chase that over to the point. Going to chop it in lower. Dixon's going to battle there for it. Barons are going to come out of there with it. Zivkovic cheats in. They skate by her, but Mrazek and McVeigh are back. McVeigh over to Dixon. Dixon loses it, and here come the Barons. Zivkovic picks it up. She tries to clear. She finally does. Over to Clardy. Clardy up through center. Down the near side. Loses the puck. Regains. Loses it again. And here come the Barons. Barons player skating through everybody. Clardy poked it off her stick at the last minute. Centering pass doesn't get through. Mrazek picks it up. Here comes Mrazek up the far side. Tried to center it, nobody there except 4 Barons, and Mrazek chops at it, sends it into the top of the zone where the Barons are going to pick it up, come back the other way. Over through Claherty's hands, and we're going to get an icing with 9:10 to go. So this clock operator and I are not in sync. I'm not 4 seconds ahead. I was quite a number behind before, so I'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on. Face off here near circle. Stevens, Makasenka, and Bukovic. Blinka and Betzler back. Stevens steps in, draws it back to Blinka. Blinka tried to put it over to Makasenka and couldn't. Betzler with a nice hustle gets back to chip that off that Baron stick rather, and in behind the net now. Where Blinka's going to pick it up, send it up the wall for Bukovic. Bukovic up for Stevens. Stevens with Makasenka. 2 Barons back. Stevens up the near wall. Stevens gets a shot, hits the pipe on the far side. Makasenka couldn't pick up the rebound. That top left corner was open, and Stevens missed it by a couple inches. And here come the Barons back the other way. Around Blinka into the corner. Blinka dropped her stick. Centering pass. Betzler kicked it out of there. Blinka doesn't have a twig. She kicked it to the wall. She goes over and picks it up. Shot on Barber, deflected by Betzler into the near corner, where the Barons send it around to the far corner. Barons center. It's there. Get a stick on it. Betzler knocks it out. Stevens sent it out. Couldn't get it out. Bukovic followed up and knocked it out. And here comes Makasenka up the far side. Makasenka around 1 Baron. She's got some room. Makasenka shoots. Makasenka top shelf on the left-hand side. And it's 1-0 Pens on a goal by Kylie Makasenka. So the Pens strike first here in Cleveland in the morning game. And on a goal by Makasenka almost 4 minutes into the first. It's 1-0 Pens as Claherty steps in with Warner and Scarlatelli, McVeigh and Zivkovic back. Barons win that faceoff, drop back to their D. They chip the puck out. It goes over everybody's stick back to McVeigh. Claherty skates over and takes it. Claherty's going to bring it through center ice. She loses the puck, regroups, turns, loses it again, regroups, takes it from Scarlatelli, loses it at center ice. And here come the Barons the other way. Around Zivkovic, shot, bouncing puck off the side of the net. Warner has it in behind. She loses it. They battle along the side of the net there. And they're going to trap it against the cage. And we'll get a whistle. It's 7:35 on the official clock here at OBM Arena in Cleveland. So we'll stick with Claherty, Warner, McVeigh, Scarlatelli, and Zivkovic. I guess McVeigh's back on D now. It didn't last long. Or no, McVeigh was going to play D today. I'm sorry. It's Bukovic that moved up. McVeigh sends it up to Scarlatelli, too far. They chip it back past Scarlatelli. Claherty picks it up. Claherty center ice has Scarlatelli at the point. Doesn't drop it. Skates in front. Backhand. Misses far side. Warner's going to go battle behind the net. And the goaltender's going to cover that one up for a whistle. With 7:15 to go. So we'll go to the, it looks like the far circle. Stevens coming out here with Dixon and Mrazek. Betzler and Blinka back for a draw to the right of the goaltender. There's some music playing here, but it sounds like they're playing it on a 1987 radio from Sears, so you probably don't hear it. As that puck comes out, Stevens, top of the circle, bouncing shot, misses far side. Mrazek chips it in behind the net where Dixon's going to pick it up. Dixon overskated it. Sends it around into the corner. Barons pick it up there. Mrazek comes and applies some pressure. They chip it high past Betzler at the point. It comes all the way down. And they wave off the icing. Betzler turns it for Stevens. Stevens pushed it over to the far wall. She regained it. That gave up the advantage of time she had, but she's still coming. Stevens, down the near side. She tried to get a shot on the net for a rebound and couldn't, as Barons player had a stick in there. Now Dixon battles with a couple of Barons in the corner. 3 of them. We got Malia yelling from the bench. I can hear her from here. Puck loose in front. Dixon. Dixon again. Can't steer towards the net. Dixon the third time. Can't get it through. Barons blocked all those. As Stevens chopped at it and brought it back to this near corner. This time it comes through the center. Stevens cuts it off. Stevens shoots high over the net. She had to react quickly on that one. It went high. They chip it past Blinka. And down it's going to go for an icing. Thought they would have waved that one off the way it dribbled down the boards, but they did not. And here comes the puck back this way for a draw. Clardy, Bukovic, and Makasenko with McVeigh and Zivkovic back to the right of the Barons goaltender. Clardy puts it over to Makasenko, who chipped it in, lost it to a Barons player, and here they come the other way through center ice. Too far for that player. They chip it into the near corner. We're to go behind the net. Barons throw it back the other way. Tried a centering pass. It got through back to the far point. Going to get a shot from there. Clardy got a stick down and blocked it. Makasenko leaves it for Clardy into the corner. Here comes Clardy up the near wall. Clardy with a shot, hit the goaltender up high, went up into the netting, and we're going to get a stoppage on a puck out of play behind the Barons goaltender. I don't know if it caught her in the throat protector or the mask, but it bounced up high into the protective netting, and we'll get a draw in the far circle as the Barons change a player here late. And Clardy sends it over to Makasenko, who chips it back to McVeigh. They throw it in front of the net. Oh, and McVeigh scores from the point. Tendy didn't see it. It just dribbled along the ice through everybody at a glacially slow pace, and Tendy watched it go by low left. And McVeigh gets one from the point on, I think she was just trying to throw it to the net. And sometimes that strategy works, as Tendy wasn't watching the puck. So now we're going to have Stevens, Scarlatelli, and Warner, Betzler, and Blinka. 2-0 Pens, 5:18 to go. Stevens steps in for this draw. Over to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli up the near side. Stevens wants it back. She bounced it off the wall, couldn't get it to her. They chip it by Betzler. Warner battles for it, sends it up the wall, into the zone. Barons send it back out, neutral ice, where Betzler's going to pick it up. Betzler's going to chip it, can't get it by that Baron. Now it's loose in the center. Scarlatelli's going to pick it up. Scarlatelli up the near side. Now reverses, comes into the center. Scarlatelli backhand. Throws it towards the net. Scarlatelli finds the mid-left side. And just like that, it's 3-0 with 4:46 to go first. Scarlatelli with a backhander finds the mid-left side of that net. And that's 3. So we'll keep this line. Stevens will come back in with Warner and Scarlatelli, Blinka and Betzler back. Barons win it back. They chip it ahead, Warner. Stevens picks it up. Stevens turns. Stevens coming through the center. Still has some space. Here comes Stevens. She's going to shoot, miss near side. All the way around to the far point where Blinka's going to stop. Puck comes out. Blinka chips at it, turns, throws it back the other way. Baron dropped their twig, and Warner's going to turn and swing at it and miss. Stevens picks it up, loses it, turns it over. Barons send it in deeper, but Betzler picks that up and chips it back out at the line. Scarlatelli's going to race down the near side here with the puck. Barons player's going to get there and take it off of her. Stevens open up high. Scarlatelli didn't see her, didn't want to pass it. But she shoots to the near wall, or misses to the near side rather, and that puck's going to bounce out. Stevens was open up high. Scarlatelli either saw her and said no or didn't see her. And here comes Stevens. Stevens dancing around one Barons player. She's got space. This is dangerous. Stevens shoots. Pipe again. That's the same spot on that pipe. That's twice. And now it's in behind the net. Scarlatelli has it. Stevens is in front. Throw it there. Can't get it through. As the Barons are going to bring it up the near side. So there's 2 spots on that pipe from Stevens now. In the exact same spot. Barons player gets around everybody. Comes through, and goaltender Barber covered that up. It looked more adventurous than it needed to be, but nonetheless, it's under her goaltending equipment. And with 3:18 to go first, it's 3-0 Pens. So Stevens has 2 dents in that pipe, but no goals to show for it. As Clardy's going to step in. We're missing a forward here. Here comes Bukovic. Stevens is picking corners, and the angles aren't working for it today. Clardy comes out of the circle with it herself. Takes it around behind, pushes it up the wall for Bukovic. Bukovic up ahead, but dumped it to the point where it's going to be an icing. So with 3:06, we'll come back down here. And Dixon's going to come out for Bukovic now, so we'll get Mrazek, Dixon, and Clardy on the line together. Face off, far circle. Clardy knocks it into the center of the ice. It drifts out at the near point. And Mrazek goes over to play it. Chips it ahead. Dixon's going to chase it down the wall. Barron's player's going to get there first. Up in the air. Bad bounce off the wall. Dixon's going to come out of there with it. Dixon's going to come in, shoot. Blocker save, knocked down, and goaltender got on top of it. She didn't quite know where it was once it hit her blocker, but it fell in front of her, and she covered it up. So 2:48 to go first. Still 3-0 as we're going to stick with this same group of players. Clardy's going to take this draw. Clardy over to Dixon. They poke it out, and here come the Barons up the near wall. She's got some space. Shot, missed near side. Didn't get all of it. As Clardy picks it up. Now the Barons take it off of her, send it back to the near point, or far point rather. Far point shot. Got all the way through. Tender Barber knocked that down with her pad. Blinka throws it back. Point again. Shot. Betzler tipped it up. Goes to the end wall. Clardy fell down top of the zone. Got back up. Dixon chops at it. Can't get it out. This time it's going to be Betzler. Betzler behind the net to Clardy. Clardy's going to skate it this time. She's going to come up the near wall. Going behind the net. Still dancing with it. Centers it. Barons cut that off in front of the net. Betzler chopped at it at the point. They kick it by her. Mrazek covering her back. As Betzler continues to chop at it. Now Dixon. Dixon backhands, loses it. Here come the Barons down the near side. Through Betzler's feet. Blinka through her feet, missed far side. Back to the far point. They throw it on the net, cut off by Blinka. Ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek against the wall, chops it ahead. Barons pick it up there, send it back the other way. Where we're going to get an icing. So we'll come back down here. And it'll be Stevens with Makasenka and Scarlatelli. McVeigh and looks like Bukovic back on D now. So she was up front. Now they got her back with McVeigh. We'll see if that holds. Puck goes in, stripes his feet. Scarlatelli comes out of there with it, centers it to Stevens. She can't get a backhand on the puck, loose in front, still can't get a stick on it. Bukovic cheats in, puck comes back to the red line here as McVeigh circles, dumps it back ahead for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli to Stevens. Stevens overskates. Stevens comes out of there with it, still has it. Shoulder. She sends it in front. Puck goes through the goal mouth. Makasenka can't get a stick on it. Makasenka tries to center, can't get it through. Centers for Stevens. Stevens backhands through the goal mouth to the near wall. Scarlatelli up high. McVeigh raises her stick. It didn't hit it. And down it's going to go. And Bukovic gets there just as the Zebra waves off the icing. Bukovic ahead for Makasenka. Too far. Stevens picks it up. Center ice. Here she comes. She loses it. Makasenka. Stevens spins. Makasenka puts it across to her. Try to go back. Scarlatelli picked it up. Now Stevens picks it up. Gets it stuck in Scarlatelli's feet. Regains. Puck. Stevens down hard. Slow to get up, but she's up. In a collision. As she goes and whacks down hard again. She's up. She's covered in snow as Tendy makes a blocker save. Didn't see who shot it. And that's going to do it for number one. So we played one. And it's 3-0 Pens. I'll be back for number two. All right, I got the emphatic head nod from Steven's mom, so she said she's okay. Clardy, Warner, and Mrazek, Blinka, and Betzler as goaltender Barber takes the long skate to my right. As period number 2 is going to get started here. And Clardy's going to step in and take this draw. She comes out of there with it, backhands it over to Warner. Warner skating, gains his own. Warner through the middle of everybody, pokes it into the corner, where she's going to go pick it up. Still skating with it. She has Clardy open, tries to put it there, cut off by Barron. She waited just a little too long. Clardy regains left it. Clardy overskated. Now they chip it back, and Betzler's going to, or Blinka rather, is going to have to chase this down. As she picks it up behind the net, sends it around. Barons get there first. Warner battles. Mrazek comes in and chips it away. Knocks it up the wall. Bouncing puck knocked down by Betzler right to a Barron. And they beat Barber mid-height on the blocker side. Betzler knocked that puck down as it was bouncing and knocked it down right on the doorstep for a Barron. And she banged it home mid-blocker on Barber. And it's now 3-1. As Stevens steps in to take this draw with Makasenka and Dixon. Bukovic back. Bukovic ahead to Dixon. Dixon struggles to get the pass, does, loses it to a Barron. A player's whacking at it. Now Makasenka comes out of there with it. Makasenka tried to put it to Dixon, couldn't. Back to Bukovic. Bukovic picks it up, throws it up the wall. Stevens. Stevens coming with it. Stevens still coming with it. Stevens shot. Goaltender knocked that down. And with 10:40 to go, we'll go to that far circle. So Stevens will step in here with Makasenka, and now... is it still Dixon? Can't tell. Might be Scarlett. Oh, no, it is still Dixon. Bukovic and McVeigh back. Dixon comes in with it, puts it on net. Tendy dropped it in front of her and then covered it up. 10:35, back to the same circle. Different players, different time on the clock. I'm sorry, same circle, same players, different time on the clock. Stevens puts it over to Dixon. Slightly different result this time as they battle in the corner. Barons come behind there on net with it now. Makasenka comes over for pressure. They leave it. Stevens' momentum had her carried the wrong way. She couldn't turn and get it as they dump it beyond the red line, and that will be an icing. So here comes Clardy, Scarlatelli, and Warner with Blinka and Betzler for this draw after the icing with 10:16 to go. Clardy's going to step in and take this draw. Barons win that one back. They push it up the wall. They continue to battle along the wall. Barons are going to chip it by Betzler. Bouncing puck. And Blinka's going to chop it in behind goaltender Barber all the way around for Warner. Warner puts a shoulder into her head. And puck goes deeper. Betzler sends it around. Scarlatelli picks it up there. Overskates. Barons have it behind Barber now. In the near corner. Warner separates that player from the puck. Betzler tries to get it. Barons player puts it back in the corner. Blinka sends it around through Stripes' legs, where Clardy's going to go pick it up. Clardy skating up the far side. Still skating. Still skating. And behind the net, has Warner open, didn't see her. Still skating, loses the puck on the near wall. Here comes a Barons player down the near wall. Betzler, around Betzler. Pass over to another Barons player. Shot. Goaltender Barber knocked that down with the blocker. And here comes Clardy the other way. Clardy up the middle. Whacking at her with the stick. Scarlatelli loses it into the corner. Sends it in front. Clardy can't get it in front as they continue to battle these two. That's something to watch. This girl from the Barons is whacking hard with the stick. Can't see a number. She's got long hair, and Cleveland, in their wisdom, put black numbers on black jerseys, and they're damn near impossible to read from this distance. So Clardy picks it up at the center. Scarlatelli chips it out. Scarlatelli falls down. Warner overskates. Now she recovers and picks it up in front of the Pens bench. They drop it on the blue line. It stays. Clardy chipped it in, but Warner hadn't cleared, and that is offsides. So combined with how low on their jerseys the numbers are and the fact that they're black numbers on black jerseys, makes it almost impossible to read the numbers. Mrazek has it on the far wall. Barons chop it back. McVeigh waits for the zone to clear, dumps it in, but Dixon hadn't cleared, and that is offsides. Lakasenka steps in there. Back to Bukovic. Bukovic ahead to Dixon. Dixon loses it in the center. Puck to the near wall. They chip it forward. Bukovic is going to come out of there with the top of our zone. Bukovic puts it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek ahead to Dixon. He's a little bit behind her, but she got her stick on it. Gets a shot off, goes high over the net. Makasenka picks it up, throws it in front. Nobody there. As it goes over to the far wall, where they chip it back. Bukovic too far for her. She's going to have to chase it down. She does. Bounces it up the wall, right to a Baron. The Baron comes in, beats Barber, low on the blocker side. And it's 3-2. So that one gets by Barber low on the blocker side. And it's now 3-2. 7:38, second period. Lakasenka steps in. Dixon up the near wall. Dixon falls down, no call. Bukovic. Bukovic across from Mrazek. Nothing on the pass as Mrazek knocks it forward. And back to Bukovic. Bukovic to a Baron. Mrazek chips it ahead. Barons have it top of their defensive zone. Lakasenka sticks a stick in there. Puck loose, comes out to the red line, and here come the Barons. Barons send it into the far corner. Now around behind the net. McVeigh around for Mrazek, too far up to the point. Puck loose in front. Bukovic chips it ahead, gets it back to neutral, where Dixon overskated, but Makasenka picked it up. Makasenka lost it as she tried to toe drag it across. Had to stop and regroup. Puts it over to Dixon. Dixon loses it. And here come the Barons. Head of steam. Around Bukovic, shot. Barber knocked that one down with the blocker that time. And McVeigh sends it ahead to Dixon. Dixon has Stevens to her left, but she's going to skate it. Stevens drops, stops. Dixon shoots, blocker save, over to the far corner. As Dixon almost gets tripped going off the ice. Bukovic steps up, they chip it by her. And Blinka's going to go chase this down, send it back the other way. Barons held it. Blinka has it again, chips it up the wall. Barons hold the point again. Blinka picks it up again, chips it up. This time it goes back to a Baron top of their defensive zone. They chip it off the wall. Warner goes over and battles, and Scarlatelli comes out of there with the puck. Stevens trailing. Scarlatelli drops it to Stevens. Stevens gets a shot off, hits a Baron in the hand. Puck loose, Warner has it. She throws it in front. Goaltender's going to get a cover on that. And we'll get a whistle with 5:48. So we're going to go to the far circle. .548, 3-2. Stevens steps in. Stevens chops it to the goalie from the circle. Goalie knocks it down. Stevens comes out of there behind the net with it. She's battling for it. Goes up the wall. Betzler skates in, chops it in deeper. It's in the center. Now the Barons are going to knock it out back to Blinka. Blinka has to wait for the zone to clear. She fell down. Poked it ahead to Warner where Scarlatelli's going to battle. Now Blinka back up. Backhands it into the zone over a fallen down Scarlatelli. Back to the point. Warner pokes it in deeper. Puck behind the net now. Barron's reverse. You drop it in behind the net where Scarlatelli's going to go battle for it. It's going to go to the point Betzler. Betzler's going to shoot from there, knocked down by a Barron's player. And that's going to come back to neutral ice and beyond. As the hand is up, but Blinka should get there first. They wave it off. Blinka around for Warner. Warner to Stevens. Stevens kicks it, circles back, picks it up. Stevens around one Barron. Stevens offsides on herself or Clardy there as she danced along the blue line, and Clardy's pissed, so she lost it, gain in the zone, and that's a dangerous place to lose it as you're going to create an offsides. Clardy steps in. McVeigh sends it ahead. Clardy loses it there. Here come the Barons the other way. Makasenka takes it off her stick and comes up the middle of the near wall. Makasenka drops it off for Mrazek, but Bukovic skates up. Bukovic throws it on that bouncing puck. Makasenka throws it off the goaltender. Mrazek chips at it. In behind the net, Makasenka. Makasenka tried to center, couldn't get it through. Puck off the side of the net, far corner. Mrazek chips it in deeper, still on the wall, but Clardy picks it up now, skating in. Clardy shoots, bouncing puck. Makasenka tipped it, goaltender made a save. Here come the Barons up the near side. Shot from there, Barber gets that in her glove, and with 4:02, we're going to get a face-off in this near circle. So we will come to the near circle. Stevens, Scarlatelli and Dixon, McVeigh and Bukovic, defensive zone face-off. Barons draw that back. Shot, missed far side. They had an opening on the top of that left side of the net. Dixon falls down, pucking behind the net. Bukovic will pick it up there. Just going to reverse direction and go that way around to the far side. Nobody's on the point as Barons are going to hold that. Stevens picks it up. Stevens chips it past. Stevens tries to put it ahead to Dixon, couldn't. They poke it back to Bukovic. Bukovic up to Stevens. Stevens picks her head up, forgets the puck. Bukovic picks it up. Bukovic tried to put it through, couldn't. Here come the Barons the other way on a turnover. That's going to turn into a breakaway. And goaltender Barber knocks that down. She's not quite sure where it is, but it's in the goaltending equipment somewhere. Stripes finds it, picks it out. So we've got 3:20 to go, and we're going to come here to the near circle. For a draw here in the near circle. In Stripes' feet over to Blinka. Blinka throws it in behind Barber. Barons pick it up there. Barons throw it behind the net. Blinka. Blinka around in the near corner for Warner. Warner has Makasenka streaking. Gets it to her, but Kylie can't handle the pass. And the Cleveland goaltender had it, lost it. Makasenka picks it up. Spinning. Makasenka loses the puck. Blinka steps up, throws it towards the net. Barons are going to cut that off. I think it surprised Makasenka that the goaltender didn't cover that as Clardy picks it up back top of our defensive zone. Clardy skates it out. Still skating. Loses it. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka throws it towards the net. Goes in behind where Warner's going to pick it up. Warner tried to center off the back of the net. Makasenka tried to center. And I'm not sure what happened there. Makasenka centered. I'm not sure if it went off the back of the goalie or one of the Cleveland players, but nonetheless, it's in the back of the net. And that's going to be 4. I think that was probably Makasenka off the goaltender, and the goaltender's sitting in the net looking dejected. It's probably the best way to describe it. She's still sitting there, rocking. Now she gets up. So Stevens steps in. Stevens pushes it forward. Dixon couldn't handle it. Back to Stevens. They chip it off her stick now. Bukovic. Bukovic ahead. Barons knock that down. Stevens chops it back out. Barons pick it up. They send it in, and they're going to be offsides. One stripe said clear, one stripe blew a whistle. So we'll go to the dot in front of the Barons bench. Buckovich trying to help Stevens with her jersey there. As they'll take this draw over there. Stevens comes out of there with it ahead to Mrazek. She can't handle it. Back to a Baron. It looked offsides to me, but Stripes didn't call it. Buckovich sends it around behind the net, reverses direction. She loses it. Now there's a battle on. Now they're battling back there. Buckovich comes out with it near corner. Ahead to Dixon, too far. They're going to be offsides. And there's no way they ran the clock because I'm at 148 and they're at 158. So I think we had a clock malaise here in Cleveland. As Clardy, Scarlatelli, and Warner come out. So I'm going to have to let the clock operator here catch up to me. So we'll play a couple extra seconds, courtesy of the clock operator, as McVeigh, oh, bad turnover, and they beat Barber, high glove. Bad turnover in our zone, McVeigh, and that was Barber. Beat Barber, rather, high glove. And it's now 4-3. And the clock at the arena is still behind me, so 152. So Blinka and Betzler come out now. As Scarlatelli, Clardy, and Warner stay up front. 4-3, Pittsburgh. Cleveland comes out of there with the puck. They send it into the zone, Betzler. Betzler chips it up too far for Scarlatelli. Cleveland sends it back in, Betzler. Betzler can't handle it. She regroups, sends it back into Stripes' feet where Scarlatelli picks it up. Scarlatelli dancing ahead to Warner. Warner, back to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli coming through the center, around a couple of Barons. Tried to drop it to Betzler, couldn't. And this is going to turn into a breakaway unless Betzler really hurries. Betzler provides some support. And they go high blocker on Barber on a breakaway. They beat Barber, high blocker. And it's 4-0, or 4-4 rather, 4-4. With 1:20 to go. So that turned into a breakaway. Betzler couldn't get there. And they beat Barber high on the blocker side. And it's now 4-4. You got to wonder how the game would be different if Stevens got a couple instead of a couple of pipes. Stevens draws it over to Mrazek. Mrazek back to Blinka, who can't handle it. Back into the corner. Back behind the net now. Betzler. Betzler overskates. Betzler back into the corner. Barons pick it up there. They throw it in front, Stevens. Here comes Stevens. Stevens around one. It's going to turn into a breakaway for Stevens. Stevens misses to the near side. It's just not her morning. As they throw the puck in front again, Makasenka. Puck loose. Here come the Barons, 3-on-2. They throw it in behind the net. I'm a couple seconds ahead of the arena here as the puck comes back to the point. They hold it. They're going to get a shot off. No, they're not going to get a shot off as Buckovich is going to knock it in behind the net. Puck behind the net. Barons have it. Off the back of the net now into the far corner. Makasenka puts it in Blinka's feet. Now Makasenka has it behind the net. She's going to come up the near wall. She's going to throw it. That'll get it out, but we got a hand up. They wave it off. 8 seconds to go. Stevens picks it off. Stevens with a shot. Goalie knocks that down, shaking her hand. And that's going to do it for 2. So we played 2 and we've accomplished nothing. It's now 4-4. I'll be back for 3. we're going to come out for 3, tied at 4. Flaherty, Scarlatelli, and that's Dixon on the far wing. Bukovich and McVeigh back. As I get the clock back in sync and get number 3 started. Ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli up the near wall. Centered for Flaherty. Flaherty loses the puck to the corner. Scarlatelli behind the net in Flaherty's feet. She sends it back to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli tried to center, and that went off the goaltender. 35 seconds later, Stripes waves no goal. It was a bit of an odd bounce. From my vantage point, I couldn't tell whether it went in or not, but our girls didn't react like it did, so we shall see. 11:40. I am not in sync with this clock operator. I can tell you that today. As puck goes over to the wall, Dixon, bad bounce up the wall. Can't get it to Flaherty. It's in her feet. She comes out of there with it now. She tried to put it across lazily to Scarlatelli. Never got it there. And McVeigh chops it in front of the net. It's loose. Flaherty can't get a stick on it. Flaherty gets leveled in front of the net. Puck over to the far wall. Dixon gets pulled down. And that's too far for the Barons. As McVeigh chops it back to the blue line. Scarlatelli takes it out. Scarlatelli ahead for Dixon. Dixon ahead for Flaherty. Flaherty stops, loses the puck. Back to the point for Bukovich. Bukovich chips it, deflected into the near corner. With 11 minutes to go, Barons up the wall. McVeigh knocks it down, but that's going to come out as the Barons player swings and misses. Recovers and sends it back the other way. McVeigh ahead, too far for Scarlatelli. We're going to battle along the wall, back out at the point, past McVeigh, all the way down for an icing. So we'll come back down here. Stevens, Warner, and Makasenka. Betzler and Blinka with 10:42 to go. Back in sync at least for now. Puck died on the dot as Makasenka bounces it behind the net. Warner's going to go battle. Warner knocked the puck into the corner. Barons pick it up. Reverse direction up to the point. Blinka. Blinka throws it on the net. Tender's going to cover that one. And with 10:27 to go to the far dot. Far circle, rather. 4-4. Stevens, Warner, Makasenka, Betzler, and Blinka. Stevens draws it over to Makasenka. Back to the point to Blinka. Blinka throws it on net from there, misses near side. Barons up the wall. Betzler throws it in front. No pen there, and they come around Stevens. Up the far wall, around Blinka, in on goaltender Barber. She knocks it down and has it in her glove with 10:04 to go. So this face-off will go to the far dot. That's what I thought. Stripes will circle into the near one for a second there. And we'll get a draw in the far circle. Dixon, Mrazek, Flaherty. Betzler and Blinka. Barons push it forward. Betzler chips it to the wall. Put it in behind the net where Betzler picks it up, sends it around the corner. Up the near wall. Barons hold the point, throw it in front. Flaherty knocked it down. Now Dixon. Dixon throws it ahead. Turns it into a foot race that the Barons win. They throw it up the wall, Mrazek. Mrazek can't handle it. Back to the point to Betzler. Betzler throws it in front. Dixon chips it over to the far corner, where Flaherty turns with it. Flaherty had Betzler up high, tried to pass it, couldn't get it through. As she pushes that player off the puck, chips it in deeper. Dixon's going to go to work. Dixon throws it in front, and the goaltender catches it with 9:22 to go. We'll get a draw in what should be the far circle. Warner, Scarlatelli, Makasenka come out. McVeigh and Bukovich. So they're going to put Warner at center now. Warner over to Makasenka. Makasenka shot, knocked down by a Baron. Makasenka, the corner, has Warner open. Warner, she gets it there. Warner couldn't get anything on it. Makasenka put it there. Warner couldn't get anything on it. Bukovic with a shot. Goaltender knocks that down. Makasenka. Makasenka throws it off the back of the net. Comes around to the near wall. Warner battling. They get it out. Back in Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli 1-on-4 here. Dances with the puck, waits for the team to catch up. Drops it for Bukovic. Bukovic throws it in front to Warner. Warner gets pulled down, no call. Barons have it in the corner. Barons throw it back towards the center. Bukovic retreated and has it center ice. Bukovic across to McVeigh. McVeigh tried to put it up to Scarlatelli, couldn't get it through. As the Barons dump it back, Bukovic. Bukovic gets it out, and not much more as Makasenka circles to pick it up. Makasenka through the middle. Makasenka still skating. Dropped it for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli shoots, blocked by a Barons player, into the far corner there where the Barons are going to pick it up. Send it back up to the point. Bukovic can't hold. Bukovic retreats, puts it across. Warner's going to come over and pick it up. Warner loses it. Barons send it ahead, and now they're battling for it here in neutral ice as the Barons knock it into the near corner, where Bukovic gets on it. Turns, comes up the near wall. Bukovic ahead for Makasenka. Makasenka loses the puck. Under stripes, around Bukovic. McVeigh picks it up. McVeigh with the backhand up the wall. Makasenka. Makasenka has Scarlatelli over here. She dropped it to Warner, picked it back up. Scarlatelli was hopelessly offsides there, and we're going to come back out to either center ice or this near dot. We'll see where Stripes wants to take it. Looks like we're going to come. Oh, they're going to go to the far dot, which I'm not sure I understand that, but that's where they're going. So Stevens, Clawherty. Can't see who's on the far side there. Looks like it might be Mrazek. It is Mrazek. Blinka and Betzler. Barons win that one back. Stevens picks it up. Stevens comes in the center. It's a breakaway. Stevens can't get a shot off as she lost the puck. She dropped it for Mrazek, who can't get a stick on it. Tendy lost her stick. They're trying to get it back to her as Clawherty comes out of there with it. Clawherty skates into the center, loses the puck. And that's going to come all the way down. It should be. No, Clawherty picked it up, so they waved it off. Clawherty behind the net. Clawherty has it stuck in her feet. Backhands it. Gets it back to center ice. The Barons are going to chase this down. Going behind their net now. 6:58 to go. They're going to put it up too far. Blinka's going to cut that off. Chop it the other way. Mrazek can't pick it up. It comes back the other way. Blinka throws it, but that's going to turn into... No, he waved it off. Near side. Barons. Over to the wall. Stevens pokes, keeps it in the zone. It's under Stripes' feet. Clawherty chips it in. Barons pick it up, chip it back out. Past Stevens. Blinka's going to go pick it up. 6:24. Blinka off the wall. Barons take it from her. Comes out, Warner. Warner lumbering up the far wall. Barons player falls down, has Clawherty. Passes it there. Clawherty shoots, knocked down. Warner couldn't get a stick on it. As Clawherty takes an elbow. They continue to battle. Now Stevens joins the battle. Puck in behind the net now. Clawherty behind the net. Battling. Stevens with the puck behind the net. Barons are going to pick it up near corner, up the wall. Chip it by McVeigh. Here they come up the near wall. Warner lifts a stick and takes the puck. McVeigh back the other way. McVeigh comes in. McVeigh dropped it, nobody there. Dixon skates in and picks it up. Can't get a shot off as they took the puck from her. Bukovic chips it in. Bukovic backhands it deeper to Warner. Warner behind the net, 5:20 to go. Stevens is open, nobody can get it to her. Stevens chips at it, Barons hold it. They chip it by McVeigh back to neutral ice, and Bukovic is going to go chase it down. Bukovic behind the net. Bukovic coming with a head of steam. Stevens and Warner go to the bench. Bukovic up the near wall, dropped it, nobody there. Puck back to McVeigh. McVeigh waits for the zone to clear. She dumps it to the far side for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli chops at it, sends it towards the net. Goaltender covered that up. And with 4:50 to go, we'll get a draw in our offensive zone, tied 4-4. Looks like we're coming to the near circle. Scarlatelli, Dixon, Macasenka. We've got the numerical line here, 10, 11, 12. You drop it on the circle, and here comes the Baron. Here come the Barons. Oh, they get around Blinka. They get around Betzler. It's going to be backhand. Barber got her pad down and blocked the pipe that time. And Betzler sends it up the wall for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli collides. They fall down. Got a hand up. And we're going to get an icing with 4:26 to go. Come to the near circle. Barber's right. Scarlatelli steps in. Dixon comes out of there with it. Now Scarlatelli over to the wall. Scarlatelli chips it ahead to Dixon. Dixon has Macasenka to her left. Macasenka goes in before the puck as Dixon danced along the red line. Or danced along the blue line, rather. And that's going to cause an offsides. Here comes Stevens, Claherty, and Mrazek with Blinka and Betzler back. Looks like they've taken Stevens out of the center spot. Claherty takes the draw. Over to Stevens. Stevens coming up the side, has some room. Goalie knocks that down with her chest plate. To the point, Blinka holds, throws it off of Barron. Mrazek sent it in, but there was nothing there but Barron's as Betzler steps up, chips it into the corner. Mrazek was out of position, couldn't go chase that down. Claherty will chase this down in behind our own net. Claherty up the wall, still skating with it. Claherty up the wall. Claherty loses the puck, falls down. Back to the point, Mrazek holds. This time it comes out. Barron's come the other way down the far wall. Betzler back, they chip it around her into the corner. Betzler battling. Stevens comes in to pick it up, can't. Puck loose, Mrazek. Mrazek tries to clear it, can't. Barron's knock it behind the net. Betzler, 3:15. Up the near wall. Centering pass, tipped by Mrazek, can't get it out as the Barons knock it down the far wall into behind the net. Betzler chips it around for Mrazek. Mrazek picks it up. Mrazek still can't get it out as they chip it down the far wall again. Now Stevens will pick it up. Stevens hits the wall and falls down. They continue to battle for it. Stevens on her knees battling for it. Mrazek can't get it out. They battle on the near wall. Betzler finally throws it. It'll be an icing, but they don't care at this point. 2:26. Wholesale change coming after that group struggled to get it out. 2:26. And the balsa wood bleachers shake again. So Macasenka steps in. I'm going to pick it up. They're having a family reunion here in front of me. Warner. Warner picks it up, comes the other way. I had to pick it up. They stood up, they're shaking the bleachers, and I had to pick it up. So Warner into the corner. Barons have it now. McVeigh tries to hold the point, can't. Here come the Barons up the near wall. Bukovic in behind the net now. They battle. Bukovic falls down. Barons come out in the center with it. Put it on Barber. She puts it over to the far, misses to the far side rather. They send it around to the near wall. Dixon pokes it in deeper. Macasenka there. Family reunion over, so I can put the tripod down. Macasenka coming through center. Macasenka up the far side. Makasenka shot, hits the post. That's a third post today. McVeigh throws it on net. Goaltender knocks that down and covers it. And with 1:17 to go, we'll get a face-off in our offensive zone. Third post on the far side today, 2 by Stevens. Makasenka hit that one. Clardy, Scarlatelli, and Stevens come out here with Betzler and Blinka. Stevens in the snipe spot. We'll see if Clardy wants to draw it that way. Normally won't go that way. And she puts it over to Scarlatelli. Barons pick it up, take it the other way. Pass Betzler. Down the near wall. Icing. Come back to the same circle. Just one of those pipes goes in, and this is a vastly different game. We've had 3. Stevens is in the spot. We'll see if Clardy goes that way. She doesn't. Puck loose on the dot, back to Betzler. Betzler steps in, Stevens picks it up. Stevens throws it towards the net. Goalie gloves it. We'll do it again. 59.3. Stevens in the spot again. Barons come out of there with it, back to Betzler. Betzler throws it into the corner. Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli centers it. Stevens was there for the one-timer, couldn't get a stick on it. Puck loose in front. Here come the Barons the other way. They chip it. Betzler knocks that down with 42 to go. They battle along the wall. Stevens comes out of there with it. Here she comes. She overskated it. Barons around Blinka. Blinka tipped it. Barons again. Can't get a shot off. Blinka blocked that. Stevens chipped it to the corner. Blinka pushing. Barons pushing. Blinka pushing. Clardy comes in and elbows a girl to the ground. No call. Shot. Barber knocked that down and covered it up as Clardy and a girl get into it in front of the net. And I suspect Clardy's going to sit down for roughing. She elbowed that girl right in front of the net, top of the circles. With 15 seconds to go, Clardy's going to sit down. They got into it, top of the zone, and saw the elbow fly. And that'll leave the team shorthanded at a critical juncture. Roughing penalty, ill-timed. And we'll be short, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Barons. Well, they don't. You think they pulled a tendy here, but they don't. Stevens takes the draw, comes back. We're going to blow that one dead. Not sure what's happening now. No penalty on the board. No penalty on the board, so we'll see. Stevens steps in again. Barons come out of there with it. Shot. Goaltender Barber missed to the far side, in behind the net. On Barber again. Puck goes into the corner. 4 seconds to go. Stevens throws it around, and that'll do it for this game. It'll end in a 4-4 tie. Bringing the handshake action. We'll be back this afternoon for frame number 2 of today, frame number 3 of the weekend. As this one ends in a 4-4 tie. So we'll be back this afternoon. I think it's 3:10 on the other ice here at OBM. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll see you later.